My oh my. Um, Grateful for the 3 points. That's all I can say. I'm grateful for the 3 points. Sincerely, because this was a game that we drew last year, I think 1-1. So anything to just push us ahead of the table in before Christmas or during the festive period, I'm all for it. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. We scraped it through today with a penalty. Sorry. Everton could have also Everton could Everton could have easily gotten another penalty because the shout with Saliba, I've seen games where that has been given as a penalty. So we were lucky. In terms of performance today, guys, sorry, guys, this is not sustainable. This is definitely not sustainable. Away performances so far in the recent 4-5 games has been terrible. Been worrying, has been scary. The games against Sunderland in the Stadium of Light, we managed to draw that game 2-2. We conceded in the dying minute. Aston Villa, again in the dying minute, we lost that game. Buendia's goal. Wolves, we managed to win that game without even scoring a goal. We were able to get a 2-goal on goal alluded to us. That's how we got through with that one. Aston Villa, like I said, we managed to lose that game in the last minute. So it hasn't been good. And now Everton, we skipped through with a penalty. Um, would we have lost this game last year? This particular game, the way he played, I don't think so, man. Everton didn't look like they were going to score, even if we played in the next 2 weeks constantly. They didn't look like a threat. I didn't think they had a shot on target. They didn't lay gloves on us. But the first half was disgusting to watch. We couldn't string passes together. We couldn't attack. There was no intent. There was no urgency. Gyökeres was just wasting his time. And that leads me to my next point. Please, I was very grateful to see what Trossard was doing today, being intentional about finding Gyökeres. And a few times he was successful. But if you're not going to start Trossard in a game, please don't bother starting Gyökeres. That would be a bloody waste of our time. You only play Gyökeres when there's a Trossard starting. I think that is the only way we can see something happen. All right? Again, the game proceeded and Jesus came in the second half, and then you could see the clear difference. That's what I've been clamoring for. The way Arsenal play. I don't think we've done anything different. I'm not a professional, I'm not a coach, but I don't see anything different with what Arteta has done this season. It's the same pattern of play, it's the same thing I see, the same slow build up, the same sideways passing, and maybe once in a while we have a Trossard who gives diagonal passes. I don't see anything different. We struggled today. Saka was terrible in the first half and it picked up in the second half. Rice was terrible in the first half. In fact, the whole damn team was terrible in the first half. Saliba was the only guy that was different in the first half. Second half, he switched the roles and started playing backwards. It's something. I don't understand it. These guys had a whole week of rest. I don't know how to place it to kind of pinpoint what the situation is while we're struggling. I was very hopeful that with the 1 week rest, that these guys will come back firing, understanding that with the way City is picking form, losing or drawing is not an option. And I was thinking that would be, like there would be some sort of hunger, some sort of pressure, against Everton, even though we were in their home. It just looked very, very, very slow. Second half, he picked up a little bit, but he didn't fill me with so much confidence. Yeah, again, it could have been worse. We could have considered that penalty. Again, different referees, different VARs could have given that as a penalty. We're lucky to get away with that one. For me, the positive today is that we came out with 3 points. We're in a rough spell. It's a rough couple of weeks. Um, it's been it's not filled me with so much confidence, but I am taking solace in the fact that January City will have a few tough fixtures, right? They're going to also have their own fair share of difficult fixtures. Our next 5 fixtures or so in the league were games that we didn't win last season. We're talking about Everton, like I said, 1-1. We're talking about Brighton. We're going to be playing Brighton at home the next. These are the games we didn't win last season as well. I think that was the game that I'm not sure it was Trossard that got a red card in that game in the beginning of the season. We didn't win that game. Aston Villa at home. We didn't win that game last season. We're going to play Aston Villa at home after Brighton. Bournemouth away. That was the game that Saliba got a red card and we lost that game, I think 2-0 or thereabouts. I think, yeah, Saliba had a red card in that game. Liverpool at home. We drew that game last season. So hopefully we're going to capitalize on their poor form and sort of catch them and beat them. Beat them in our home. And lastly, Nottingham Forest away. We have to win that game. Already we played them at home, 3-0. So hopefully when we come in contact with them, we're going to... So these are the next stretch of games. And I'm hoping that, we start picking up form with, Brighton at home and just build up momentum. Again, I don't see what Arteta has done differently. We can sit here and hope and cross our fingers and just expect the best. That's what I choose to do in this time. I don't know if these guys actually evaluate what's been done in the pitch and kind of like see where they can make changes, because the same crosses, the same situation, the same mistakes I've seen with Gyökeres, I've seen with our attackers. Same thing I see. I don't know why Saka is no longer shooting. I don't know why Odegaard doesn't shoot. These are the things that you would think that they train. You see the training videos, you think that they are implementing some of these things that, they are very much aware of what they need to do when they are, close to the box. We have scored only 2 goals outside the box this season. Only 2 goals, and I believe those 2 goals, I can't remember who. I think one of them was Rice against West Ham, if I'm not mistaken. But only 2 goals outside the 18, right? It's terrible. The idea of making mistakes in a game is that you go and you watch the videos and make analysis and make changes and updates and upgrade the way you play. When there are loose balls, you shoot. We can have a rebound. Odegaard, shoot for Christ's sake. Saka, why don't you shoot anymore? What's with this thing with crossing with your right? You do that when there is time for that. When there is no time for that, my brother, shoot. That's what you train for. What is the difference from what I've been watching? What changes have you guys made? This is not sustainable. I rest my case. Thank you. Come on, you Gunners. I'm grateful for the 3 points. I just hope that we do better, against Brighton. Well, again, sorry, we have the League Cup against Crystal Palace. Hopefully, Nonnies and Ezes start the game and sort of, get us the win. Hopefully, we get the win and play Chelsea in January or February or March, whenever the game is. I'm just upset, man. Come on, you Gunners. Come on, you Gunners at this point. Please like, share, and subscribe.